Greetings, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you all are having a blessed day. This beautiful morning, the birds are chirping, sun is bright, no rain today. Today's a special day for me. Today is my anniversary, my third anniversary. So that's what brings me to this morning's morning thought, how your fitness journey is like marriage. In the same way that you must be committed to your spouse, you must be just as committed to your fitness journey. As we all know, as far as marriage is concerned, in this country, the divorce rates are extremely high. And it is my firm belief that the downfall goes back to what I was talking about yesterday with willpower. In order for a marriage to be successful, it requires the willpower of two people. It requires a desire to not let anything defeat those two, the two that become one. It has to be an innate want to persevere through everything. The same thing goes for your fitness journey. In order for it to be successful, in order for you to have a success story, there has to be an unbounding desire and an unbending will to not simply finish, but to persevere through everything. Just like in marriage with fitness, there is no it gets easier. That never really happens. It's not that anything gets easier. You get stronger, you get wiser. It becomes more manageable. For example, if you're on a bench press and you try 315, you don't get it the first time around. So you're working out for a few months, you come back around to it, you almost get it this time around. Wait a few more weeks, you're still working out, doing other workouts, come back around to it, you put 315 on and you get 315. It's not that weight got any lighter. It's the same weight, the same amount of difficulty, but you are now more prepared to deal with it than you were the first time around. You took the failures of the earlier attempts at 315 and you utilized the information that you got from that, applied it to other workouts to be able to facilitate the need that you now created. And so the third time around, when you wanted to do the weight, you were able to do it. It wasn't that the weight was any easier or any lighter. It was simply more manageable for you. And the same thing goes with marriage. I am happily married. Happily married. That don't mean that any of this was easy. You're talking about two complete strangers coming together and sharing a life. I don't care how hunky-dory you may seem, everybody got baggage. Everybody got some BS that they're gonna bring to the table. Regardless of how wise you may be, how vetted you may be in the point in time when you decide to get married, there is nothing that can prepare you for what you will have to deal with when you're married to another human being. Not even living together. Living together isn't even the same. Like if I'm gonna compare living together to marriage, I would compare a gym trial to a gym membership. It holds no weight. If you're on a gym trial, like you got that week trial, like, all right, cool, I'm gonna test this out and see what it's like. But there's nothing holding me to this. There is no repercussion if I just decide to stop. That's the same thing with just living together. Like, all right, yeah, we cool and all, we live together. But at the base of it, we still on our own. Like at the drop of a hat, we both say this ain't working, all right, cool. I already got plans to dip out and go. But it's different with marriage. It's different when you got a gym membership or you got a personal trainer that you're paying for. You've outwardly and openly confirmed your commitment. So there is no, oh, this ain't working right now, I'm gonna just stop. Nah, you gotta get through it. Like you have to get through it. There is no other way. And like I said before, I firmly believe that the divorce rates are so high mainly because of a lack of will. Like I was 100% when I said yesterday that everything comes down to willpower. We live in a time where if you don't like something, you could just stop. If you don't agree with something, you could just change. Or at least that's how people are taught. And it's not true. Like when you're dealing with real life, when stuff gets difficult, you can't just up and change and up and leave. Like when you got bills to pay, you got rent and you got a mortgage and you got a car note and you got electric and you got to pay the water bill and you decide, oh, I don't like where I'm at, so I'm gonna just up and leave. But there's just no up and leaving. You gotta make sure that you either get in that deposit or you already put in that deposit so you can leave when you feel like it. You gotta get all your stuff and move. You gotta figure out where you're gonna put all your stuff. There is no just up and changing. that's so juvenile and immature, it don't make no sense. But that's the way a lot of the world views both marriage and fitness. Everybody wants the quick fix. That's bullshit. There is no quick fix. None whatsoever. Quick fixes don't work. That's like marriage and fitness go hand in hand, man. If you, let's say you 300 pounds and you want to lose weight, but you feel you don't have the time in order to be able to do the hard work. So you say, all right, I'm going to go get liposuction and I'm going to just get the skin, get a tummy tuck and all that. Cool, fine. You're still going to be fat 8 months from now. After that surgery, after all that surgery is done and you spent all that money, you're going to come right back to being 300 plus, because this didn't change. Your mentality never changed. Your habits didn't change. So you may have lost weight. You may have came down to a good 150, 140, but you still eat and live like a 300-pound person. And it's the same thing for marriage. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that marriage will make their relationship better. Hell no. It make that shit harder. Nothing gets easier, but it's worth it. If you have ever heard me speak on anything, you know I say this one thing forever, and I will never stop saying it. Nothing worth having comes easy. Point blank, period. If it's easy, it ain't worth a damn. So with marriage, it's not gonna make your relationship easier. It's gonna make it harder. But you're gonna realize that it's worth it, or you're gonna realize that you made a mistake and you wasn't ready. And that's why a lot of people fail in both marriage and fitness, because they are sold on an idea, on a picture of what they think they want, without ever really understanding what the full view of it is. A lot of times we're sat in front of this picture frame and we're looking at a single tree. We're like, oh, okay, that's a real nice tree. I like the fruit that tree grows. I want that tree. Not realizing that you got to take the whole forest with it. You can't just pick out one tree. You got to deal with the whole forest, and not just what you can't see. Because in a picture, it's a freeze frame. It's a moment in time. You've been sold a picture, but then you got to realize that you bought a whole movie. There's a beginning, middle, and end to it. So when you are not prepared to deal with all of that, that's when the problems become larger than the benefits. That's when the stress outweighs the joy on what you don't have right now. One of the other quotes that I keep true to my heart from Training Day. This is chess, it ain't checkers. A lot of people think that's just a line from a movie, but that's real life. A lot of people go through life playing checkers, making one move at a time, thinking, all right, this is good right now, I'm gonna do this for me right now, this is all right, and never contemplating 6, 8, 9 months down the line, 2, 3, 4 years down the line. And so when they get to that point, you're at a complete disparity, because you never even thought about the possibility of what you're dealing with. When you made that one decision can change your entire life. One yes or one no can change your entire life. Yesterday, I was on Facebook and I saw this video. Will Smith was talking. And basically, he was talking about, he was explaining the events of him getting on the show The Fresh Prince, getting that opportunity. And it was literally like, if you, like, they can line this up as a movie and people wouldn't want to buy it because they'd be like, oh, that's not realistic. But it happens like that. I'm gonna keep it real short. Basically, he had made his money off the first album him and Jazz did, and then he was young and he was stupid, so he was buying up everything that he could. And then they did the second album, it flopped, and he was broke. He was still famous, but he was broke. So he's famous and broke, got no money, arguing back and forth with his girl. She tells him, look, just go somewhere where people are doing what you want to be doing. So she tells him to go up to the Arsenio Hall show, and he just because he decided to go, he met somebody who had some influence. It was pure, quote unquote, happenstance. I put that in quotes because I don't believe in coincidences. And so the individual that he met, I don't remember the dude's name, but basically he invited Will to Quincy Jones's house. When Will got to Quincy Jones's house, Quincy pretty much handed him a script and was like, hey, what they call you? What's your stage name? And Will was like, they call me the Fresh Prince. And so Quincy was like, I bet that's gonna be the name of the show. Here, take the script, take 10 minutes, and we're gonna do an audition. Like right there, spur of the moment. Now, Will's initial reaction was, oh, I'm not ready yet, give me a week. So Quincy broke the shit down to him. He was like, look, all right, we can do a week. But see, what's going to happen is this dude over here, he was talking about what happened to be the, I guess, the head or the rep of NBC. He's like, this dude right here is going to have to reschedule. We said before he'll have to reschedule. He's like, all right, Quincy, 3 weeks then. Quincy was like, yeah, we can try 3 weeks, but then we could reschedule and do all this, or you could take 10 minutes right now and change your life forever. And we was like, okay, bet. So he did that audition. They loved it. They did the contract and all that right there. But yeah, Quincy pulled lawyers together, made them write him a contract, gave Will a lawyer, but it all happened right there. Because he was willing to just say yes to an opportunity. Now, just because you say yes to that opportunity, don't make everything hunky-dory. Don't mean everything gonna work out perfectly fine. But you gotta be willing to say yes to the opportunities, and you gotta be willing to put in all the work that's required. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Like your fitness, your life has to be like a marriage. You gotta be committed. And you gotta be willing to go through all the BS if you want the good at the end of it. If you look at any old couple that you know that's been married 50, 30, 60 years, they happy. But if you sit them down and you ask them a real question, and you ask them, hey, did you ever have to go through any storms or any bumpy roads? They're gonna sit you down and break down life to you. You're gonna rethink everything you ever thought about life and marriage. But I guarantee you it's worth it. I'm only 3 years in. I plan to do this for another 87. For real. So that's all I got for y'all today, man. I love you. Everybody that's on this video, anybody that's watching this video, anybody you share this with, I love you. Because I don't know if you heard that today. So go out, be blessed, and be great. Peace and love to all the one. Greetings and salutations. Thank you so much for spending your time and watching this video. I appreciate all your love and support. If you've enjoyed any of the information that I was able to share with you, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down there if it's on YouTube, up at the top if it's on Instagram, and anywhere around this box section if it's on Facebook or another platform. Hit that bell for the notifications too, because I do videos. I try and get them out every day. A live video on my Instagram that I do every morning, Monday through Friday, and that then gets posted up on YouTube afterwards. Thank you again. I can't say thank you enough, because your time is the most valuable thing you have, and you've decided to spend that with me. I am